You've booked the holiday, run the bath, told yourself and anyone who will listen that this weekend I'm actually stopping. I need a rest. And so you sit on the couch, and 4 minutes later, you're back up again. You tell yourself that's because you remembered something or because you're not actually that tired. Oh, the bench is driving me crazy. But if you're honest, you don't really know why you got up. You just know that staying down, staying still felt wrong somehow. You're not bad at rest. You can't stop, even when your body is screaming for it, because stopping feels more dangerous than just keeping going. Not dangerous like I've thought about it and I've decided is dangerous. Dangerous like your body won't let you. Like something kicks in the moment you sit still that has nothing to do with your to-do list and everything to do with what stopping means about you. I have many memories of times that I've sat on the couch because I told myself I was exhausted, I needed a break, I needed to sit down, I needed to take care of myself. I remember sitting there in the corner of the couch, and all I could feel was all the crap on the kitchen bench screaming at me, going, "Look at this hairbrush. Look at this sauce container. That's going to stain the bench top." And it used to drive me nuts. It literally felt like these items were like in a movie, standing up there and taunting me. Added to this, one of the other favorite ways that I used to torture myself was I would attempt, keyword, to sit on the couch of an evening. And the moment I get kind of comfy, it's like, yeah, sit down. This little voice goes, "Why are you sitting here? Why don't you pay some bills? Why don't you do some life admin while you're resting? Why don't you just check your inbox and get ahead of things for tomorrow?" I will never forget the day a woman said to me, "Joe, I'm actually looking forward to when my burnout gets so bad that I get sent to hospital because then I'm going to get 5 full days to rest." What the absolute hell? So many women know only two speeds. Go, 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 go. Red line, go fast, go harder, better, faster, more. Keep going until you reach complete collapse or complete exhaustion. Lie horizontal, wait for a nanosecond until the flu or whatever you've got has kind of almost passed, and then get up and do it all again. There's nothing in between. And the key distinction here is you're not actually choosing to stop. You might be trying to, but you were stopped by something outside of you. There's this beautiful old saying that at first, whether this is your body, the universe, life, whispers in your ear very gently, "Hey, you're a bit tired. Why don't you rest?" And then after a little while, it starts chucking some pebbles at you, going, "Hey, hey, knock, knock. Like, you're tired. You need to slow down." And then, "No, no, 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 no time for that." And then eventually, a giant boulder flattens you and goes, "You're not listening. That's it. I'm taking you out." And for many women, because we push on so much, so fast, so often, it usually has to be something physical to render us incapable of continuing to move, whether it's a disc going out in the neck or a sudden autoimmune condition that puts you in bed for multiple days. I mentioned wanting to be useful while on the couch. I can spot this because I can spot it in myself, and I still have to catch it today. This desire to make even rest productive. And that comes from this consistent story that you have in your head. And I know because I used to have it too of, just got to get ahead. I've got 100 emails in my inbox. If I'm just lying here and not attending to those, then tomorrow's going to be even worse. I'm already behind. So if I spend half an hour, maybe while triple screening, kind of surface level resting, just trying to be productive horizontally, keyboard whirring in my inbox, and then trying to relax and get ready for bed, and then stewing because Simon from finance still hasn't sent me the thing I need for my 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. And now I feel even more behind. There's almost this interesting degree of behindness that we live in as like completely swamped, snowed under versus just a little bit behind. And overlaying all of this, there was the absolute worst part that I couldn't stand. I was terrified of. And who knows, maybe you're the same. Silence. How does silence make you feel? Because when it was quiet, then all I could hear was the absolute cacophony of noise that was going on in my head. Even when I was trying to rest, I had to put the television on or something between my ears, or I had to call someone because overlaying this, I wanted to be productive, I need to make good use of my time. Silence felt deadly, dramatic, but 100% true. So, how on earth did I get here? As someone who has an aura ring, been wearing tracking devices, tracking my sleep for a really long time, I'm all into nervous system and productivity and longevity and aging. And yet here I was for so many years stuck down this rabbit hole of not knowing how to actually rest and take care of myself. And no, massages don't count, especially if you lie in them just churning through your to-do list, or you feel guilty for taking the time for yourself, or if you've also just spent an hour and a half fanging yourself relentless to try to get out of the house for the thing that you're doing. Doesn't count. And the reason I'm sharing this is still one of the biggest lessons I keep having to learn again and again. We got here because of the stories we tell ourselves. One of the biggest stories that stopped me resting was I'd heard all this advice about, letting go, and kitchen bench doesn't mean anything about you. But if I sat down on the couch, say in the evening, while the kitchen bench was below my acceptable standard, then it was like me sitting down saying, that standard's okay. I accept that standard of kitchen bench, or that standard of inbox, or that standard of cleanliness, or whatever it may be, was okay. And it's not, because these standards were like a crazy tyrant that never ever let me relax. Another story that I constantly told myself, and it really kept me locked into overdrive, was I didn't want to be considered lazy. Because growing up, lazy was one of the biggest insults you could throw at anyone. We're a family that valued hard work. We work hard, we play hard, we're productive, we're useful. And I have distinct memories of me sitting on the couch. I even remember this was the early 80s, like a terry toweling, matching yellow top and bottom. And I think it was my dad walking past on the weekend, tapping me on the legs, going, come on, what are you doing? I was just sitting on the couch. Go make yourself useful. Is it any wonder that it became really, really impossible for me to stop? Because my body, my brain, my nervous system learned early on that, oh, we don't do that. We're not those people that stop. We're productive. And to this day, at 86, my father does not know how to stop. Even when his body is throwing all kinds of shit at him, he still can't stop. So this runs really, really deep. But behind all these stories, that's a layer that until we actually address it, more attempts at boundaries or planners, bubble baths, are not going to help you. This is because we tell ourselves stories, but we are most loyal to the stories we tell ourselves about who we are. My upbringing, I was and still am a hard worker. I was the strong one. I could do it all. I could hold it all. I was reliable, dependable. I was the one who could do the impossible. If you relate to any of these words, then if that's your identity, then the woman who stops is the opposite of that. The woman who stops is lazy. She's soft. She can't hack it. She lets her standards slip. She lets people down. She's not avoiding rest. She's avoiding becoming someone she spent her whole life trying to avoid. This is exactly why I've created the overdrive reset. Not to teach you how to have more bubble baths or give you a lecture on why you need to stop. You ain't got time for that shit. And frankly, you've tried it already. I'm going to show you what stopping actually means to you and what's preventing you from doing it. Because until you can see that, you can book every holiday on the planet and still come back more tired than when you left. We start Friday, the 29th of May. It's completely free. The link is in the show notes. I'll see you there.